on lockdown, bro. 30, 40 dBs they're hearing me with over there. They got a whole lot, man. I'm just barefooting, man. I was just barefooting out here right now. I'm just sitting on the barefoot side, just working the radio only there, Roger.
Hey, QSL, it sounds really good. It's got a really nice sound to it. Oh, what type of equipment?
What kind of what?
What type of equipment are you using?
I'm cruising on a Yakimo FT2000 Delta, working a little 4-element beam, and this doggone RE20 microphone with a, what is that, Pro Tools there for my rack there, Roger.
Hey, QSL, well, it's really doing a good job for you. Over here, I'm running a Yeticom Optima. I'm mobile. I'm actually on my way home from work, and it's putting out about 150 watts into a Boomer 250 amplifier. Actually is the amp, and the antenna is a Wilson 1000. Back to you.
Yeah, Roger, man. Roger. Good stuff, man. Have you been getting any of that UK in there? Have you been catching any UK in your radio?
Oh yeah, QSL. I've talked to about half dozen, maybe 8 stations over the last month from the UK. I've talked as far as Austria and Poland over there. I almost was able to hit Russia this morning. He went down to an odd frequency, 27.190, and by the time I realized who he was, where his location was, somebody else had already snatched him up. QSL.
Roger. That's why you got to put a maul on a mud runner. That's a boy. I got to fight the guys on the East Coast because they got better conditions. But I'll reach down in the pump house, man. I'll reach down in my pump and I'll beat those guys down so bad they end up leaving.
QSL.
Yeah, I'll put that big steel tube on them boys' butts, man, and they get on out of there. They finally give up. Because all the boys over there, all of a sudden they'll start calling my name, and that's it, man. After a while, it'll wear them out.
Yeah, QSL, I hear you. Yeah, the conditions have been unbelievable over there in Europe. Really enjoying it. Really enjoying all the stations over there. I hit Australia for the first time this year. I mean, it was just barely audible, but we made a conversation for the first time. Been on the radio since 1998 as far as sideband radio use, and haven't been able to make contact until now, so pretty happy.
Hell yeah, bro. That's what I'm talking about, man. Yeah, that's what I bought this Yaesu for. I'm mostly an AMer, but back in the 80s, I worked a little bit of sideband. Conditions were real good back then, and I'll tell you what, man, I figured this cycle here coming up is going to be so damn good. I'm going to buy me a nice HF rig, so I bought this Yakimo 2000. And doggone, man. Got a little beam, a few watts, and I've been putting some water gates up. I talked I don't know how many Charlie Tango members I talked to over there, but a whole mess of them, man. A whole mess of them over there, Roger.
Yeah, QSL. Yeah, they've been bragging about you over there on the forum. I see them posting your number over there on the little chat. Yeah, they're happy to talk to you. Contact over here, and not having a beam. I'm always in my mobile, so I think it's a little more challenging. But hey, I'm happy. I make a lot of contact, so I'm really happy. Do you run any type of EQ on your microphone? I'm just curious.
Oh, Roger, on that. Yeah, that's the Pro Tools. I'm running Pro Tools. I used to do the big rack gear stuff, but now I just run Pro Tools now. This is all I use. It's basically rack gear, but it's just a one-piece unit, and it's all computerized there, Roger.
Hey, QSL. So do you run your audio straight into computers, and it's being controlled by software audio processing?
Yeah, basically, it's called Pro Tools. You can look it up online. Yeah, basically, you plug a microphone into this unit. It's called an M2. You plug your microphone in, and then it's got outputs on it. And basically, you got a program on the computer. And I mean, I can make tube audio. I can make anything you could do with any of your rack gear, and then some. Rack gear is, that's old 19th century stuff. I used to do it that way, man, with all the rack gear, Bellari, Behringer, all this crazy stuff I had. Hell with that now. I just do it on the computer. It's 10 times better. Even sounds better there, Roger.
Yeah, it sounds very professional. Very professional. I've never fooled with that. I've strictly been 11-meter radios, actually like CB radios that have been modded. I owned a unit in Grant XL before this and channelized it myself. And I finally got this radio is the first HF rig in the $300, $350 range there that I've been happy with. Right out of the box, from what I understand, people's reports, it sounds really good. But I'm just getting interested in how people use the EQs and get them hooked up. I'm not real familiar with this stuff at all. QSL?
Yeah, Roger, man. Well, it's crazy stuff, bro. It's crazy stuff, especially if you got an HF radio, man. It's easy to run it right through. My audio from that little audio box I was telling you about, I just plug it right into the back of my radio. So I don't have a microphone plugged into my radio. I just use a foot pedal to key it, and my audio goes right through the back there, Roger.
Hey, QSL, is it possible to modify it and actually hook it to a microphone jack? This radio here only has a mic in.
Yeah, Roger, man. Yeah, you could get yourself an iBox. Go down and buy yourself an iBox. It's made by that H2Y guy. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, QSL. I've seen that he makes that equalizer. I just read about that on the internet, that he makes like an equalizer box. It looks interesting.
Yeah, you could just buy that box, man, and then plug your audio right in there. You can plug any external audio that you have, little EQ and whatever you want to run, or if you want to run this junk here, whatever. Yeah, no worries at all, man. Yeah, I'm telling you, it'll get you a lot more contacts when you sound real good out there, Roger.
Yeah, QSL, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I know when I hear somebody really professional, it makes me a little more tempted to contact them, especially somebody that's overmodulated their radio and crackling,
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, a lot of guys I hear out there with crummy stations, I'll just stay quiet and hope they go away. And just kind of hope they'll just go away, you know what I mean? But it sounds sad, but it's true, man. Especially even on AM, guys with echo and crazy stuff. I won't talk to them, man. I won't acknowledge their station. But especially Roger beeps and all kinds of crazy stuff. I'll just be quiet and pretend like I don't hear them.
QSL, yeah. The thing I get most annoyed with is the echo on sideband. It drives me crazy. I actually let one guy know, and he stopped talking to me because I told him his echo was on. I was like, you know what, whatever.
Well, see, I roll water gates and stuff. And a lot of guys, here's the number one excuse. Oh, I didn't know it was on. I don't know if they're lying to me, but it seems to be the excuse. But I'll tell the guy, hey, man, I'm trying to water gate here. I would love to get your station on here, but, dude, you got to cut that echo off, bro. It's got to go. And a lot of times, I'd say 90% of the time, they'll cut it off, man. They'll cut it off because they want to be on the gate there, Roger.
Yeah, QSL, yeah. I don't know. And I'm a AMer, and on one blue moon, I'll talk AM, and I don't know. I don't mind it so much on AM because it's audible. But on sideband, it's a nightmare. It's hard to understand somebody, and it's just annoying.
Yeah, Roger, man. Yeah, I think you're the second guy I talked to, Charlie Tango member. in the States, man. But the guys over there in the UK in the last 2 weeks, I talked to a whole mess of them, man. A whole mess of them. 2 Charlie Tango 45. I hear the Charlie Tango guys, man. Come on in here. And then they go on the forum, man. They all, man, I made it.
Yeah, QSL, it's a cool feeling to contact those guys, man. It's a cool feeling, just especially when it's associated with, you know, a couple months ago, I was like, it's like this, South America all the time, you know?
Yeah, Roger, yeah, South America been banging. Yeah, I talked all over today to South Africa, talked to UK, talked to France, talked to Ireland, talked all over, man. It was a beautiful day. It just was a beautiful day there, Roger.
Well, it's probably not big mountain here, over here in Maryland, and it's cool. Anything I'm talking to, the mountainside. So, what was your name?
Yeah, the personal is Scott. The personal is Scott on this end. 2 Charlie Tango 4040, Roger.
Hey, QSL, Scott. Well, it is coming back up here, so I'm assuming it was the mountain. I'm almost at the peak of the mountain here. Operator Jeff here, Juliet, Echo Foxtrot. I'm currently about 50 miles north of DC, headed to my home QTH.
Yeah, Roger, Jeff. Yeah, real good copy. Yeah, I'm warming up my beast, man. Takes 3 minutes to warm her up. You know how those steel tubes are. They're not like the glass, man. Not like the 500Zs, man. You could turn those on and get right on them, man.
Hey, QSL. Yeah, I'm surprised this amplifier I'm using on here, Scott, is about 15 years old. Given it hasn't had 15 years of use, it's amazing this old ugly thing it works still. The only disappointment is I have to turn, this radio has 50-watt outputs on it, and I have to turn it down as low as it'll go so I don't overdrive the amplifier. And I'd have to forget about using FM or AM on it because it won't go down low enough and swing where it's going to run the amplifier without blowing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Roger. Well, I had to go into the program on this radio. I had to go into the programming on this radio and turn it down. I had to turn it down because AM was too crazy for me. But I went into the program and turned this doggone thing down a little bit there, Roger.
Yeah, QSL. Well, it weren't so damn expensive. You know, it would work probably to get an attenuator. You know, one of those big heat-pump attenuators and knock them down enough dB where you didn't have to force the radio. But I got to be real careful every time I better have to get to the vehicle and bump the knob because it's on the left hand or the driver's side, right as you see on the left. Nowhere else in this mini car I can get the thing, but I have to watch it all the time that it didn't get bumped and turned up or something.
Yeah, you would think there is an attenuator for AM in there. I'm sure, you know, usually you open those radios up, you'll see an attenuator for a sideband and for AM in there inside your radio. But you might be able to reach in and spin it back a little bit there, Roger.
Yeah, QSL. Well, I talked to the guy that made the radio over or designed it in New Zealand, and his name's Dave. And, well, I don't know, maybe he thinks that I don't know if it's because he thinks everybody's an idiot or if he has a legitimate reason. He said he doesn't recommend playing with any of the tuning in the radio. I have done it in my Unity Grand, and I've had that thing to where it swung 1 to 5 watts of audio to drive the amplifier well and turn the SSB up, and, you know, or the ALC, I can't remember what it's called to be off the top of my head, but I went in there and fooled with those pots and got them just right. But he told me not to fool with them, and it's $360 radio. I'm not gonna do it until I've heard other people try QSL.